Hi, this is Tutor Nick P, and this is Word Origins 214. The word origin today is gimmick. Okay, somebody wants a screenshot? Do it right now. Let's get right to it. A gimmick is any different or unnecessary feature or novel meaning new, novel quality or action whose goal is to attract the customer's attention, gain their interest, and increase sales. All right, let's continue. The word is sometimes used in a negative way because some gimmicks could be considered to be deceptive, tricky, or misleading. Okay, let's continue. There are a few theories as to the origin of this word. It seems to have first appeared in American newspapers in around the 1910s, around that period. One theory is that it may have been kind of an anagram. That's like when you jumble the word. An anagram of the word magic. Well, if you look, you have a M. Even though there's no A, there is a G, there's a I, and there's a C. So some people think that. Or an alteration, changing of the word gimcrack. It does look like it could be connected to gimcrack. Gimcrack referred to something that may appear showy, but is of little to no value. So that was the idea for the first gimmicks. The first gimmicks was to try to make products that are not so special or very ordinary or maybe even a little cheap, seem special. But of course, gimmicks are used for everything today in advertising. Let's continue. Another theory is that it was a slang term used for con artists who often gains your confidence, but in the end usually tricks someone out of their money. Okay. A third theory is that it may have derived from a device sometimes used in gambling houses to fix a fair game or make it more difficult to win. Yeah, I've seen this in movies sometimes, Maybe if it's like a roulette table, there's a little ball rolling around. Some guy steps on something on the ground so that the ball won't land in where somebody could win, something like that, or something to fix it. Maybe the spinning wheel so it doesn't actually stop on where somebody placed their bet or their money. So something like this, I guess. Maybe gimmick used to be the name for one of those devices, and then they used it for this. Okay. All right, let's continue. All right, gimmicks could be simple advertising techniques, such as adding a toy to a cereal box. Yeah. When I was a kid, I used to always look to see what toy was in it, and then sometimes I'd encourage my mother to buy that one. But that's one type of a gimmick. Attractive packaging. All right, could be, but maybe the cookies or whatever's inside of it is maybe not just so. Add-on gifts. Yeah, I've sometimes seen this, sometimes with toothpaste. Maybe they'll give you a cup or they'll give you something else free if you get this purchase, or a glass, maybe with a cartoon character on it or something like that. Extra gift offers with a purchase. Yeah, a lot of the cosmetics do this. I know, like cosmetics, maybe if you spend so much money, they give you a free gift. They'll give you like a bag. Usually it's like a bag of free samples. So, I don't know, maybe if you spend $20, $30, they'll give you this free gift. This one's not so bad. I don't think it's tricky because this one, you know what you're getting. You're getting this, and it's just to kind of stimulate sales. Usually it's a lot of girls that will probably eventually going to buy it anyway, but they'll buy it during the sale to get the free gift, and it kind of stimulates the sales. So that one's not too bad. All right, let's continue. Then there are the gimmicks that are clearly deceptive. Typically sales of jewelry in a department store. Yeah, I've often heard of this, that sometimes when a department store has a sale on jewelry, they'll plan it a few weeks ahead. And they'll plan it, a nice big number, like 50% off, half price. But just before the sale, maybe a week or two before the sale, they'll raise the prices 30%. And then they'll have 50% off. Which, again, this is kind of deceptive. Maybe it is a little bit of a sale. The sale is probably more like 10 to 20%, but you think you're getting a 50% off sale because they just raised the prices 30% before the sale, or very recently before the sale. But the sale looks good because everyone's, it's half price, we got to buy it now. It's 50% off. This is only going to last until Friday or whenever it is. something like that. And then, of course, there is the price tag gimmick. We see this in every country, where they have a price tag and they have this really high price and they write a big X through it, and then you see another price below it, which is considerably cheaper. And this is to make you believe that this item used to sell for that price. So maybe it's a shirt, maybe they have a $99.99, like $100 this shirt used to go for. Now it's on sale for $19.99, and somebody might buy it. Oh, I got this. It used to sell for $100, and maybe it never really sold for $100. Maybe just the day before they put the price tag on it and nobody bought it on the rack, and then they put the big X through it and made the price look considerably cheaper. This is done all around the world in different currencies, different numbers, to make the customer think that this item used to cost so much more, where maybe nobody really ever paid that price for that item. They're just kind of, so this one would definitely be in the misleading category. All right, let's continue. All right, and we have 3 examples to show just how we would use this. Here's the first one. The marketing department is trying to come up with a gimmick on this product to stimulate sales. All right. Number 2, don't be deceived. That is nothing more than a gimmick. Okay. And the third one here. If you want to outdo the competition, you should create some gimmicks to grab the customer's attention. Okay, anyway, I hope you got it. I hope it was clear. I hope it was informative. Thank you for your time. Bye-bye.